Okay, I'm whipping up another inverter project. It turns out um, me and all of my neighbors have no power, and that also means they have no water, which is a little inconvenient. So I bought this little battery via the internet. It's the most inexpensive lithium iron phosphate 100 amp hour 48 volt battery that I could find, and it came on a pallet with these two 6 kilowatt split phase Growatt inverters, which I seem to like a lot so far. I don't really like the terminal board output. I'm not really a fan of that, but besides that, I like it so far. If you're hooking up an inverter, you've got a 25 watt, 30 ohm resistor. You should really get that for doing the charger to the battery or the inverter to the battery connections, because they have capacitors in them and they have a lot of inrush current, so you can charge the capacitors without any sparks. So I just made a set of cables here, temporary, and I hooked it up to make sure it would turn on and everything would work. And I set up this charger, real temporary like, to charge the battery. The inverter has a charge controller in it, and I'm going to be running this off of PV, so there won't be any charger in the future. So I hooked it up there, and I'm setting up a base for it. So I have some tiny little casters so they can move it around, and I'm going to put a plug on the battery, and also two pieces of angle here as uprights, and I'm going to weld those in here. And the inverter and the battery happen to be approximately the same size, so I'm going to set up the width of this rack so that the battery will lock into the bottom and the inverter will bolt to the top. And I ran out of square tube 2-inch, so I cut a couple pieces of angle, and I'm gonna shorten them on the bandsaw and then weld them together and extend this little leg out a little further. That should be pretty interesting. But yeah, so this little front will go on here like this, and that'll hold up to 2 of those batteries. And then this will be at the back, and then you'll be able to pick it up with the hand truck and move it around, or the forklift, or you can roll it with these casters, or there'll be a lot of different ways to move it. I'm going to put an L1430 output on this because I don't really know what it's going to do for its whole life. So this is ground neutral, 2 hots, 30 amps. And I got this cord on Amazon, which is L1430 twist lock on this side, just like that plug. And then the other side, very interestingly, is 520. Basically the plugs that you have in your kitchen. And I don't quite know how this cord got a UL label, because there is no circuit protection at the ampacity of that end. So yeah, watch out for that. Make sure you put some circuit protection on it. But I'm gonna use it because that's a really convenient way to have a lot of versatility, but I don't really like the no circuit protection part. So yeah, so that's the project, and I'm gonna hook up this inverter and plug in the welder and weld this stuff together with it. proof of concept. So that's that project, and I'll make another video a little later when it all gets done. Thanks for stopping by.